George, you had a lot of shots, you had a lot of activity. Did it seem at times that you were overpassing a little at times too, though? Could have gone to the net more?
Well, I mean, I think certainly, you know, when you get scoring the first goal of the game is a huge momentum builder in a tournament like this. Scoring the second goal of the game to give yourself a little bit of an insurance certainly helps, and at that point we really had to start taking some chances, and I thought Sam Britton really kept us in there, because certainly we were pretty much exposed on the backside when we were pressing so hard, and I thought Sam did a terrific job in goal for us and kept us in the game, allowed us to give us a chance to tie it up, and unfortunately, unfortunately for us, either we misfired on a number of occasions, or their goaltender made some terrific saves. I thought they played well in front of them defensively. They blocked a lot of shots, pucks hitting sticks, things like that. But you know, at some point, and I'm not going to say it right now, but at some point we're going to be able to tabulate. We got very few guys. I think like probably a lot of teams, but. Jason was typical of a lot of the guys who, I think you got to be a little lucky at this time of year to be healthy. This team has battled through a lot of challenges this year, and a lot of lengthy injuries, a lot of problems that have affected us, but they've battled and put themselves in position, and you know, again, you saw Jason come across the slot there late in the third period, and just couldn't shoot the puck. Here's a guy who's got maybe the best shot in the WCHA, if not in the West, and he had no power on a shot, so he's looking to pass it. When he's 30 feet and he's got in a position where to pull the trigger, he just can't. So, but I'm really proud of our team. I mean, they battled through a lot of challenging issues, especially injuries, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. I think that's one of those times right now.
The loss of Bennett this year was a tough one. It always seemed like he was maybe coming back, but it never happened. Can you say how close it did come and just what the problem was altogether?
Well, we knew it was pretty severe when Bo had his surgery way back before in the first half of the season. We knew that there was a very good chance that we weren't going to have him back. The David Mikowski issue we didn't expect, and yet it continues to. We think we're getting a handle on it, and hopefully he'll be back healthy here in the next few weeks to a month, and he can start training. But certainly, those are examples of two pretty good players that we didn't have in our lineup. And I will say that based upon that, and you take two key guys out like that, I thought our team did a pretty darn good job. I mean, we were, as I've said a number of times, at Christmas, we were kind of on the outside looking in. We weren't in very good shape, not only in our league, but from a national standpoint. And this team battled really hard and put themselves in a position where we were able to chase in Minnesota and Duluth down the stretch and have a terrific playoff series against Wisconsin, as well as the Final Five, and yet just wasn't quite enough. But I'm proud of our team. They did a nice job, and now we'll get a chance to rest and hopefully rehab some of our injured Warriors.
Zach Alvan, College Hockey News. How late or how close to the game did some of these decisions make in terms of injured players getting to play?
We had 6 players that we had to make a decision on at around 10:30 this morning. After our skate, we skated from 9 to 9:45. We sat down with the individuals. We sat down with our assistant director of sports medicine and with one of our team doctors, and made the decision based upon it really wasn't. A little bit of it was pain threshold. Some of it was just about determining how much. I mean, if they played how much more it would get damaged, if at all. And so decisions were made based upon that.
I think in every game you've won this year, you scored three or more goals. You limited Ferris State to 2 goals today. How would you characterize your defensive efforts tonight?
Well, they scored in 2. I think they would describe it as good offensive plays on their part. They drove the net both times. We had 2 defensive miscues, where their man jumps around our guy to tip in that first one, and then they come down and we let their trailing defenseman jump into the play. So I would say that depending on from whose angle you're looking at, they were a little bit better defensively than we were. Certainly, I thought I was fully expecting this game was going to be a low-scoring game, 1-0, something like that, 2-1, and certainly I didn't think that we were going to have the scoring chances that we did create. Unfortunately, we weren't able to put those in the net.
Last question for Coach.
Adrian Dater again. You got a tough break on the call there with a quick whistle. Didn't look like the puck was ever wrapped up. Not much you can do, but do you have any other comments there?
Well, this team kept battling. I mean, it's having been in this position before, where you're advancing, or having won it, not won it, that luck plays a part in this tournament. Luck plays a part as far as injuries are concerned, as far as bounces are concerned, as far as calls are concerned. And you can say all you want about you make your own luck, but there's no question that having been in the position where we've carried the trophy off a couple of times, I know that there's certain things that you just can't control. And but one of those things was that call that they made. They were obviously, the official lost sight of the puck, and we were pretty, at least the guys coming back to the bench while they were reviewing the goal or the non-goal, they were pretty confident that it was going to be called a goal. So, but we know the outcome.
All right. Thanks a lot, Coach.